Before we get into today's video, I have a bonus run for you guys. Keep watching after the victory screen. Guys, welcome to the channel. If you do love this one, make sure to check out some of my other Super Auto Pets content. And I had to start recording because I love this one so much. So let's look at this last battle so I can show you how aesthetic what we have going on right now is. There's two big parts of the aestheticism here. So first off, when this big boy knocks him out, check out, they got the melon armor, but then he gets rid of it when he knocks out the next guy. And then it happens again, which is absolutely disgusting. And then we trade right here. Our T-Rex is a little bigger than theirs. We do trade, and then we finally live with the puppy. That's one thing that's really nice and beautiful. But check out this other part. You'll see it at the end when it all comes together. Okay, first we have to make sure we're finally past the point of swapping things out. I love having buff slots available for stuff like cow. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and poodle. We do have another T-Rex that's wicked. We'll put him on for sure. And then we're just going to reroll one time because we can't spend any gold. I'll show you why in a second. Oh, perfect. We're going to freeze this T-Rex and then check me out. So the poodle is going to buff everybody because we have different tier animals on every slot. We've got a 4, a 3. If you don't know, right there under the name, there's a little dice, or a die rather, or the face of a die. And it's got 4. So 4, 3, 6, 1, and 5. All unique. The poodle buffs everybody with a unique tier number from left to right. So if you got 2 tier 3s, the one you want buffed by the poodle, you want to put to the left, which is actually a little bit disadvantageous a lot of times because you want your strongest thing in the front usually after you've accounted for like synergies and being worried about scorpions or what have you, right? But we also cap out on 3 gold because this T-Rex at the end, when you have 3 gold, you're going to give everybody on your team +2/+2, which is insane. So we have 2 people already buffing the entire team. This puppy right here, if you have 2 gold at the end, which we're already going to have 3 gold for the T-Rex, then he gains +2/+2 additional. Then we bring it over here to the bluebird. He's going to give the leftmost friend 2 attack. And then to cap it all off, we have the rhino, who's just doing raw damage. And as you saw, gets rid of melon armor and stuff like that once he's rolling, which is pretty sick. And he is going to be buffed by both the T-Rex and the poodle. I probably freeze the melon armor because it's so good. And because if our rhino knocks something out and lives, he's going to get so much value off of his rock passive, right? So next turn we'll be able to take this, and then we'll probably reroll once. And yeah, that'll be it. And then we'll be rocking. So that's good that we've already identified 2 things that we want to get. Let's think about our ordering before we finish this out. I think what we do is we put the puppy here because this guy's going to get, what, +2/+2. So he's going to be at 25/25. This guy is going to pass this guy because he's going to get 1 buff. And this guy's going to get 2 buffs. So you do usually, all things considered, like I said, want your stronger units in the front. We're going to end our turn with the excess gold because of the T-Rex. Look at this. Look at how many just hamburgers there are. How many buffs actually fly out. It's gorgeous. So first things first, we're going to knock out a turtle. That's great. Because then we're going to get rid of the melon armor on the next guy, which is super clean. That's wicked. Then we knock him out. It's the dream. Oh, yeah, but we die. Okay, that's fine. We're starting to trade here. Their weakness was pretty impactful. We almost one-shot that guy through the melon armor, but we don't quite. We do live, though, to take this guy out. He's going to summon 1 strong chick, not too strong, and then we're going to finish him off with the poodle. We're pretty happy about that. Oh, we're actually so close to victory. This was an endgame build, but I was having so much fun that I wanted to show you guys. I know sometimes you guys want the long videos, and I'm definitely going to come at you with the long videos, but I could not pass up. I had to share this with you because it was so enjoyable. I love all the buffs that come out. This guy just, the whole guy, the whole team. This guy just, the whole team. Then this guy buffs, and this guy buffs. Disgusting. I'm a sucker for it. So we're going to go ahead and melon armor this guy. We'd like to find something for the puppy. But boom, right here, we get chocolate bar. That's perfect. That's exactly what we need for him. Actually, we could also rhino. That might be even better now that I think about it. We could chocolate bar and rhino the rhino, and then he would be level 2. So, of course, we don't do it this time, only if we lose. And we do have 2 hearts. So, if we don't get this 10th victory right here, then we're looking pretty good because we'll have a level 2 rhino. He'll have massive amounts of stats. And do we put the poodle in front of the T-Rex? I think we do. And that's it. Everything else is pretty sorted. This guy's going to get some damage. Let's go. Nice and clean. Good thing we moved this guy in front. We really recognized that he was going to get more buffs than the T-Rex, which makes him, we want to front load him. Oh, okay, pretty good. We're almost going to trade here. But unfortunately, we're not going to get to make use of the Rhino passive because we're going to die at the same time as that guy. That's okay. We knock out that guy, which is huge. This butterfly is doing massive amounts of work. Unfortunately, the weakness is going to take us down there. There's a world where things shake out a little different. There, we get lucky. Oh, we have 1 life left and 1 win to get. So that's pretty exciting. We would love to buy the snail, obviously, because it was buff everybody, but these guys are irreplaceable at this point. Now let's think. Do we need a stronger puppy, or do we need a rhino with an extra ability? That turn, the rhino didn't actually get to use his ability. If they do have something up front with the melon armor, then we might be kind of screwed. I might have to bet. So we have 2 options, basically. Do we just give the puppy more stats, which is totally reasonable, or do we try to bank on them not having a 50-50 melon armor in the front? I think that it's unlikely that we will see that again. So I think that's the route I want to go. We're going to chocolate here. Very nice. So he's almost 50-50. He will certainly be at the end of this. What we really wanted was the 8 damage to the first enemy, because that's pretty powerful. In hindsight, it doesn't throw more rocks, which is kind of what I was anticipating. If it threw more rocks, I would be happy. I'd be much happier with it, basically, with that decision. I didn't realize it would bring up the damage on the 1 rock, which is going to do the same thing for melon armors, so that's not the best benefit to us. This guy's going to have to go in front of the bluebird now. I think everybody else is pretty sorted as far as order goes. And we do have to end with 3 gold if we want to get our maximum buffs. So the only thing other than maybe freezing this turtle, this is it. So we're going to just run it like this, end the turn with excess gold. Our order is correct as far as I can tell. Everybody gets buffed. Very nice. In fact, the bluebird should have been ahead of the puppy. I probably should have calculated it manually, but that's okay. It probably won't make a difference. It's so marginal. Yes, we're finally going to get value. I think not only are we going to take out this guy, right? We're going to do damage to him, take out this one, and now this is really what I wanted. The melon armor gets taken out right here. Beautiful. That came out exactly the way that we wanted it to. We're going to push this guy, push him one more time, Super Smash Bros. Style, knockout for the victory. Guys, thanks so much for coming with me for this short one. I really enjoyed it. I wanted you to see it. And if you enjoy the content, subscribe and stick around. You're more than welcome, and I'll see you next time. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Giuliano Fellini channel. We've got a really interesting one for you today. We're jumping right into the build. It's pretty unique. So I'm going dog strategy this time. We've got our early dog, so I'm trying to pop that off. Then naturally, this makes me want to take the caterpillar. I do like the turtle, and I like permanent melon armor, but I'm going to get back to that in a second. Here's our third attacker, the puppy. We got him early on enough that he's going to scale, and we have the goat. If you don't know why the caterpillar is a good partner for the dog, it's because once he turns into a butterfly, he can take the strongest friend's stats. We've frozen a pill here because we're going to make this turtle sleep because we need the slots. This goat actually gives you 1 gold for every time you buy a friend. So that's massive because if we keep the goat, we keep the dog, and we keep 1 rotating slot at least, then we're going to 1, be able to buy as many friends as possible for the dog to scale, and for the caterpillar to then scale, and then 2, we're going to be able to have a much easier time saving our 2 gold at the very end. So let's go ahead and sacrifice this sweet turtle. I'm pretty sure we're going to want the melon armor on the dog straight away. That's kind of a given. And then we're going to rotate them out. So we're not looking for anybody that's too... and then we're thinking, do we can food? We probably don't can food because while normally that's an incredible play, the goat is going to stick around for a while, and so are the rest of the squad members. But eventually the goat will need to get swapped out. So hopefully he'll be swapped out for something like a poodle, and it won't be too impactful that we didn't pick up canned food here. So let's just go ahead and start rotating animals. Let's maximize our rolls. Let's see, we have 9 gold. So we're buying 9 gold, right? That buys 3 animals with that, right? So we could buy 3 animals straight away, and then we'll get 3 more gold and we could buy another animal. So without rerolls, that's the best way to do it. We'll probably go bat just because it gives us the most in-fight utility. So let's start out with the other folks. Boom, right here. Dog gets +2. We sell this guy. Rhino. Extra gold. Dog gets +2. We're going to do one more time with the alpaca. Looks like an alpaca to me. And then we're going to go ahead and sell it. We have actually 2 more. We can get this right here. The beetle. And then we get the bat. Wow. Okay, so it works 3 times per turn. Friend bot. Gain 1 gold. Works 3 times per turn. Has 0 triggers left this turn. Oh, that's right. We did mess up because we were intending to leave 2 for the puppy, and we don't have that. So in that case, I think we'd rather sell the bat to have the 2 and do that. That's better. I mean, obviously we could have sold the goat, but I think the goat's going to give us way too much value. So we're going to go ahead and just go through just like this. Pretty soon we're going to be moving this dog into the 2nd position, or rather the puppy. Let's see if our 4-man team can take out a 5-man team. It's actually a 7-man team, an 8-man team. So we got the bus. Dog face checks the bus out of existence. This right here is a trade. Oh, our caterpillar actually gets value. That's really lucky. Unfortunately, we are going to go down. So that's a shame. Even if we did take this beetle down, he was going to spawn a bee. We're defeated. We have 1 heart left. We like to live dangerously. Tier 5 animals are on the board finally. And this guy's scaling up pretty soon. So we're really close to that point where we're going to start popping off. Let's see if we can do this math a little bit better now. So we could buy, it looks like 4 friends. Yeah, I don't know where I messed that up last time. 10. Let's see. Let's take it step by step. We want to end up with what? And we do want to make sure that we have the puppy at the end, right? We'll probably keep the scorpion. The scorpion will be last. So the swan takes us to 8 gold. Right. That's what we thought. That's 1 friend we're able to buy. Then we get rid of the swan. And we get the shrimp. That takes us to 7 gold. And then we sell... Oh, I wasn't counting the money that we get from selling the friends into the equation. That's the one thing that I was missing. So that's pretty lucky for us. That's pretty powerful. It's even better than I thought it was. So now he's got 1 trigger left. So we have 8 gold. We can buy 1 friend. That's going to put us at 5, but it's going to put us at 6 gold to use at the last trigger. Then we sell him. We're at 7 gold. And we're looking pretty good. So 7 gold. Yeah, so we can buy another friend for sure. We put that out here. Boom. We sell him. Now we're at 7 gold proper. No more goat triggers. And we could end up at 4 gold with the scorpion if we purchase him. Leave the pair on the table. And then roll down twice. And that's probably the best way to spend our gold. It's probably good to do pig for this strategy. I think that's reasonable. And because he gives you gold on sell as well. I don't know if that's good enough to freeze. It probably is. And then, of course, pair is valuable. But we have other means of scaling. And then we're going to go ahead and just roll once more. We have the caterpillar. So that really makes it that much faster for us to reach our final form. That's a big deal. In fact, next battle we could have it, because at the start of the turn he'll give 1, we'll give him the other one, and we'll be off to the races. So that's a pretty big deal. We do only have 1 life, so it's huge for us to win this particular match. We have to make sure our ordering is correct. And if we do get through this one, then we know we're set up, because we're going to have 2 massive attackers straight away, because the caterpillar is going to be able to ascend into the butterfly. We do have a scorpion this time. The puppy is scaling. We'll just see if this team, the late game strategy, is going to hold on enough for us to make it all the way through. Let's see. What is the scorpion taking out? A pretty good attacker, so it's not too bad. He's trading with somebody who's 10-8. I like that. Unfortunately, he's only blocking 4 damage here. He does take out that guy straight away. We take out the next guy and the following guy. So our dog put in massive work there. So finally, we caught a break, and we have 3 victories, 1 life left. and we're scaling out of control. So we're thrilled about that. The caterpillar is naturally something that we're going to get, but I think first we're probably going to get rid of the scorpion. Now let's just think. Is the rotating animal strategy optimal? I think if we're looking for buffing animals and we have cows on the table now, then it is. So I think that means that we do go ahead and get rid of the scorpion. We're going to go ahead and put this caterpillar. Oh, the server doesn't like that. All right, I think the lag finally settled down. That's a good thing. So where were we? Selling the scorpion. No problem. And we're going to put this caterpillar on board first to give maximum buff to the dog and to proc the goat. Then we go ahead and combine it. Oh, we have a T-Rex. That's incredible. So we probably want to end off on the T-Rex by all accounts. And yeah, we end off on the T-Rex. And then I think we were willing to swap the goat out. It'll be wild to go built without bat, but I think that's exactly what I'll do this time. We might have our eyes on the pair as well. Let's go ahead, since we have plenty of gold, get this pig. We're going to sell the pig for a tremendous amount of value. We're going back to 9 gold. He has 1 trigger left. So we don't want to get the T-Rex quite yet. We want to buy one more thing. Let's make sure of that. So if we buy one more thing, wow, I haven't had to calculate so much as I have with the goat build and with the puppy and everything like that. So if at this stage what we're doing is buying an animal, right? Like a throwaway animal like a seal, for example, right? Let me think. Is it just better to get the pair on the dog than it is to buy an, let me think, +2 and just one thing, +2/+2? Maybe we're out of our minds with this strategy. But I think that because we have a goat, it kind of facilitates it. We're going to commit to it and see if it works. We'll kind of be able to analyze it in post and see if we could have done a little more optimal. So back to the point. So we have 6 gold left. We'll have 7 if we buy something. And then we'll have 8 if we sell it. And then, yeah, we'll still be looking pretty good. So 8, 7, 6, 5. And then we can at least roll, if nothing else, right? So we'll go ahead and I'd say the alternative is to pair the dog here, right? We do have another trigger here. If we pair the dog, let's freeze the T-Rex for sure. 7, 6. We want to get value out of the goat. 5, 4, 3. See, that kind of lines up pretty well. I don't mind that. I think what we do here is we actually pair the dog, and then we purchase the T-Rex. That gives us 3 gold in reserve, 4 gold actually, so that gives us a free reroll. That's probably the best way to look at it. And we reroll here to see a shot. Oh, we're very pleased with what we see. We do get 2 bats. We could finally pivot and replace the goat with bats, because perhaps our dog is charged up enough. I think that's probably the point in the game where buying and selling animals, unless we have just an influx of cows, which would be excellent, is going to get outscaled, because now you give the other friend +2/+2. That's one thing to consider as well. It's not going to be the T-Rex himself that's getting buffed. So let's order them. Presently, the order is optimal, as far as I can tell. Probably put this guy here, in fact. Well, no, this guy's going to get a lot of buffs, so he's going to be ahead of the Tyrannosaurus. Now it's a matter of, like, of course we're saving the puppy, but do we want to get a hatchling chick, or do we want to get a bat? I think we'll try one without the bats and see if bat meta is just absolutely necessary. Obviously, I run the bat a lot. Bat's probably one of the best things in Pack 2, but if we can get away with not having a bat one time and seeing how that pays us off, then I'm interested. Now the only thing is, this guy only has 6 attacks, so I don't want to put him in front of the T-Rex. I think we're set on our ordering. Hopefully we don't meet something ridiculous that's going to get rid of our melon armor straight away, and we'll end our turn. Oh well, we'll end our turn. Let's see. Perhaps we want to buy, I'm going to get the squirrel so we can see a lot of chocolate bars. That's reasonable. If we do have 7 slots, then that is technically efficient, right? And we have an excuse with the dog. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We do. So this is kind of like that really weird edge case where it's technically worth it to buy the squirrel. And I think we're going to take advantage of that. Obviously, we'd sell the goat, we'd put this puppy, we'd combine it, then we'd buy the squirrel, and then we'd want to pitch it for literally anything. And following that, the thing that we could pitch it for could in fact be the hatchling chick. That wouldn't be the worst play. We'd be able to buff up really any of these guys. As far as an animal for next turn to not be garbage, I think that's okay. And then we'll probably only see, what, maybe 1 reroll? In fact, we might want to hold on to our gold. We wouldn't be upset if we saw a hatchling chick at the end of things, but are we going for it this turn? No, we're not naturally because we're trying to scale with the T-Rex. Hatchling chick. +5/+5 is a pretty huge buff to give somebody, if only it's a placeholder. So I think we'll go ahead and hold on to that for now, and we'll look at our stats. Yeah, we do want to end with excess gold because of the T-Rex. That guy's scaling like crazy. The caterpillar, even though it looks like he hasn't outscaled our puppy, actually has, because he's about to ascend into a butterfly and take on these dog buffs. It looks like this guy's pivoting his build, so we got lucky. We're in a pretty good situation here. Got the 5/5 bus, doing 10 damage in total. The dog actually lives that, which is a really significant live to get on board. And luckily they didn't break it through our big beaters, our big boys, and take us to the other folks. We do have a cow too, which is pretty optimal here. So I think the first thing we're going to do is get rid of this goat. We naturally want to take the puppy. We're going to combine the puppy. And then here we could obviously abandon the strategy of going squirrel, etc. I think what we do is replace the food shop with 2 free milks. Wouldn't it be funny if the squirrel allowed the cow to make everything milk? I think this is the food shop no matter what, but I would love to see if that interaction exists, so I'm going to do it. But to be fair, clear and fill shops with food. I don't know if freezing is going to overwrite my cow. That would be devastating. In fact, I think it does do that. So perhaps that's how they get around that. They don't have to worry about it because it's impossible to have a full food shop and a cow at the same time. So that would be a pretty funny interaction. All milk would be pretty busted. That would make squirrel like God tier and squirrel's like, you know, hanging on the edge of the F tier at present. Let's see. Do we go for chocolate? How much do we really want chocolate bars is really what that amounts to, right? So first things first, let's get the cow. And then we're going to get plenty of milk here. Of course, it's going to go to this guy because we get double value out of that. And then it's like, let's look at the food. Oh, why not? You know, I don't see a reason why we shouldn't. In fact, we'll have probably the perfect amount of gold. So it's like, this is a food freezing shop phase, yeah? So we have 6 gold, and then we purchase this, and we look at tons of food. And from that, we see a chocolate bar, and we're pretty happy. We also see a pear, which I think I'll freeze. And finally, we don't have any value from pill necessarily. If we do get another turtle, though, that would be pretty massive to be able to get the melon armor on the puppy. If you don't know, it's pretty pointless to put the melon armor in the shop on the caterpillar. You could do a turtle, but if you put the melon armor in the shop on the caterpillar, once it transforms into a butterfly, it's going to get rid of the buffs that it has. So don't buff up your caterpillar. Good news is if it's a weakness target, that helps, right? So I think these are the only 2 that we want to necessarily freeze. And then I could be wrong. It's possible that we're going to want to canned food, but I think we'd rather see some more rerolls. So let's just roll it like this. Unless we want to sell the squirrel, since it's unlikely to be of any value. But if I do that, I might regret that it doesn't take out a B or something like that. So I think I'm going to leave it. Let's go ahead and end turn, end with excess gold, because of T-Rex. This guy's getting powered up, And now the dog is finally at 50 attack, which is huge. Now there's nothing that can tank him short of a 50-50 with melon armor. Or I guess a 50-50 with garlic armor could tank him. And then we take out this guy. Their whole thing is they're trying to do raw stats on him, but it's not paying out. Not this time. And the butterfly even gets to take out the bee. We're really happy about that. We didn't need the squirrel. We could have made a little bit of a greedy play there, but I'm not likely to make a greedy play on pack 2 where things can get really out of control really fast. And let's actually, especially when we're on 1 life, right? But this is a valiant effort. I think we're doing pretty good. Let's go ahead and chocolate bar this guy. We do have a leopard, but we don't have a way to scale him out of control, so I don't think we're going to keep it. We do have a scorpion, and we have 2 scorpions, but that's not the biggest deal. We do have we would get 4, we'd be down to 4 if we, and then we'd be down to 5, and then we need to get 3 though. I think, so we can't buy the pair and the scorpion, so it's like, I think we go sell here, right? We actually buy the scorpion, and then we make sure we get 3 gold by rolling down, and it's like we're finally at the point where perhaps chocolate bars are not better than pears. I think we still keep the pear. We roll twice. We do get another T-Rex. I'm pretty happy about that. And then buy tier 1 animal. Give all current and future shop animals +1/+1. That'd be massive with like a dog strategy, right? And like dog, goat, chicken is probably ridiculous. But we're past that point. Hopefully we take out somebody massive straight away in the front. Somebody that doesn't have, you know. Actually, because of the T-Rex buff, somebody with garlic armor would still get taken out. So that's pretty good. We roll 1 more time naturally because we can't buy anything. Is there anybody else we want to freeze? Definitely not. And we have another scorpion. We have an octopus. So that could be our final member. And there's a chance we want to hold the pizza as well. But now at this stage, because we have octopus, I'm inclined to not freeze the pair because now, again, we're really looking for chocolate bars and it's imperative. So we do 3. We end the turn with excess gold. Our ordering looks to be perfect. And I hope we take this win. By all accounts, we should because our team is incredible. Let's see. Do we get a garlic armored tank in the front? No, but we do get to take out somebody that has 10 HP. That's not the most, but it's not the biggest deal either. Luckily, they're not running bat strategy. So they all get buffed. I don't think it's going to be consequential. Luckily, this guy only takes 1 damage off of us. We take this guy out. And then through the melon armor, we almost get this guy, but not quite. And then we're going to be able to take out this guy and live, which is massive. And then we take out the swan, who is respectably large. But we have a respectably large puppy here who didn't see any play either, so we're pretty happy. We're at 6 wins, which means we only need to take 4 wins to end this. Let's think, do we get rid of the scorpion in favor of the octopus? I think we do. But we don't care about swapping things out as far as dog goes because he's going to cap out regardless this turn. It's also, no, I think we want to make sure we keep scaling with the T-Rex just because it's a good thing to have on our puppy, if nothing else. Plus the octopus, right? So we do, I think, as soon as possible, replace this right here. And then we go ahead and T-Rex, or do we not T-Rex? See, the thing is, here I think we want to give ourselves most chances for chocolate. So I think what we're going to do is not T-Rex. Even though T-Rex is massive and he's a part of our team, he's we're unlikely to get, actually, yeah, we're going to divert our chocolate bar to the octopus, right? So only if we got another T-Rex would we really wish that we froze him. I think that we'd rather get chocolate bars on the octopus. We'd rather see 3 more rerolls because it could really happen. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to commit to that. I think that's a sober thought. And we don't see chocolate yet. We don't see buffing food. There's nothing too crazy yet. There's an octopus. That's a big deal. And we do probably want to hold on to our 3 gold to buff everybody up with the T-Rex passive. And we should, by all accounts, end this turn with excess gold and win. This guy's not likely to get sniped out, the caterpillar, by any kind of attacks before anything happens, so he's probably going to be able to transform. They're doing well to get rid of my melon armor with an attacker that's not too big. I don't think their team has the raw stats to compete with ours, but we'll see if melon armor does make a difference. No, the melon armor in that case does not, because we have so much attack. And then our 50-50 gets to push their fish out of stage right. And we only need to win 3 more. I'm getting a little nervous because this run is going super well. And we do have chocolate bar, which is massive. We are going to, of course, give it to the octopus. At this stage, we're still looking for chocolate bars. So we're going to freeze any of those. We're going to leave the T-Rex on the table. We spin. We don't see him. It's really important, I think, at this point, too, to consider eliminating the Tyrannosaurus for the turtle. And I'll tell you why. Because we would like to have melon armor on the caterpillar. And we'd also like to eliminate weakness if we have to. So I think that the option of doing that is pretty big. Then again, I think he's still buffing these guys so much that it's hard to pass up. And I think we just look for chocolate. I don't think we get this guy. We're really just trying to freeze chocolate here. And we don't get chocolate. We obviously don't get the dog. We could have, I suppose, had like a triple T-Rex at this stage. And that probably would have served us even better as far as stats go. Could have taken a temporary L on the +2/+2 buff and gotten a lot more value, potentially. So maybe that was a misplay, but again, I am fishing for chocolate bars. We do get one, so I'm pretty happy. We only need 2 more in order to get the octopus. There's a chance we don't T-Rex buff this last time. This might be our last turn of T-Rex buffing, just so we can really fish for that, for the octopus and the chocolate bar. Because if we do get them, then we get another incredible attacker out of thin air, and that's massive. So at this stage, we do have to contend with a pretty big rooster. It's going to summon, I think, at least, only one. So it's a level 1 rooster, not the biggest threat. We do take out this guy. We take out the following guy. And this guy does have enough ammunition to take us out because of the meat. But we clean him up pretty good. We only need to have 2 more wins, and we look like we're head and shoulders above who we're matched with. However, that's not guaranteed to stay that way. So we're going to roll. We probably really want to find octopus here more than ever. So we'll have to really debate if we don't find what we need in the next couple of rolls. We haven't found anything like that yet. We're looking for just chocolate bar and octopus, essentially. And there's a chance that, 3 friends. Okay, this is going to get +2/+2 to these guys. So that's sort of like giving them each 1 milk. And what we could do is sell him and still do that and have a reroll. So it's really the same unless we want to favor one of these guys over the other, and I don't think we do. I'm glad we thought that through. We just want to look once more for chocolate or octopus, and we don't find it. Now we're at the impasse where it's like, do we roll down 3 more times for octopus and chocolate potentially? Or do we just go ahead and T-Rex buff everybody? I think what we do is just T-Rex buff everybody. I think that's valuable. I'm not going to turn my back on that strategy. I think it's pretty big that these guys are going to get so big. Let's run with it. We're scaling. Finally, we're seeing some pretty huge guys on their side of things. They're not quite 50-50, but they do have the melon armor like we do. It's going to be a trade, unfortunately. We'd like to see better than a trade. In this stage, he's only going to get rid of the melon armor. This guy's going to take out our foe, and we barely come across the finish line. It's a good thing we've been putting the stats on the octopus, and we do win. We are down to the very wire right here. So I think at this stage, we're probably going to roll full octopus looking for that. And just roll. We don't see it yet. Roll. All right, 8, so we still have time to think about it. Again, we miss it. We have the chocolate bar. And because we have the chance to get another chocolate bar, I think it's better than stats by far. So we're going to roll 3 times. 1. Do we get it? 2. Oh, no, you know what? I guess we couldn't have gotten it regardless. So I'm tripping balls because we would have had to actually sell something. So let's just roll, and if we... okay, so we don't get it. So we're missing out on the buff. We should have just kept the 3 gold because the best it could have given us was a freeze for next turn. I should have realized that at the time. We did at least get 1 octopus, but if we lose for that misplay, then I'm pretty happy about it. I think that's probably the first time we've made a true misplay, except for perhaps not diverting those extra resources to the T-Rex, because in the long run that might have scaled us up faster. But this was consistent. This gave us a lot of room to look for the octopus. We have to win it or lose it right here. So this is it. There's nothing more we can do. We're just gonna have to believe in our team and send them into battle. We've got the dog up front, maxed out stats. We're probably very likely to match up against other people with maxed out stats. Hopefully they're not perfect. They believe in the pepper, which is respectable. They have a huge team in terms of stats. It's probably bigger than ours, but I think that the value that we get from having melon armor on our first guy is probably going to outweigh what they have. And just as I thought, that did make the difference. We have our beautiful T-Rex in the end, 9-4. He made the difference. He was a great play. The T-Rex and the puppy have obvious synergy. I'm glad that this dog goat build was able to take us to the end. It was a nail biter, and I hope you guys appreciated the commentary, and I hope you appreciated the video and the energy, all that. If you liked it, please subscribe and stick around. Leave a like, share this with your entire family. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.